You gonna need more than the belt. I don't know what you talking about. I ain't one of your kids.
I'm
You
gonna
gonna
treat
need
you
more
like,
than the belt. I ain't one of your kids.
I'ma treat you like one.
Yeah, all right, we gonna see.
All right, we definitely gonna see.
This is the first guy that I feel like it really beat me. Even I got stopped 2 times prior before. There was things, you know.
That being said, if you're a pressure fighter and you can't make the adjustments, you're not going to beat Terence. You understand me? And that's what I basically was saying.
Before facing Terence Crawford, many fighters carried momentum, confidence, and often titles into the ring. But the story usually shifted dramatically afterward. After fighting him, their careers often stalled or declined, showing how Crawford not only beat opponents but changed their trajectory entirely. Analysts have often looked back at Terence Crawford's fight against Ray Beltran on November 29, 2014, as a key moment in his rise. At that time, Crawford was a young fighter eager to prove himself and establish his greatness. Many praised his dominance, but also criticized the lack of big names on his record, then questioned whether he was ready for elite competition.
Burns, the very man that Crawford would win the title from right after that, Beltran fought Burns to a standstill and then some in that 2013 match. In fact, he broke Burns' jaw early in the fight and had Burns down in the 8th round and appeared to literally everyone to have won the fight. However, the judges scored it a split draw, and Ray Beltran left that ring a devastated man. But now, Beltran gets another chance at a world title, and this time, the veteran hopes he makes the most of it. There's several things about this fight that are very intriguing. One, the fact that Terence Crawford has built such a loyal hometown crowd in Omaha, Nebraska, not exactly known as a hotbed of boxing, but Crawford is a hometown native, and those fans have really come out to support him and certainly will for this fight as well.
After the fight with Terence Crawford, Ray Beltran admitted he was in the best shape of his life, yet still couldn't keep up. He praised Crawford's skills and toughness, saying Crawford was the first fighter to beat him so decisively. Beltran acknowledged that despite his preparation and confidence, Crawford's speed, accuracy, and ring control overwhelmed him, marking Crawford as a truly special fighter who could dominate anyone.
I feel like it really beat me. Even I got stopped 2 times prior before. There was things, you know, before, like, you know, some fights that, man, I fight, we're ready on that. Tonight I was in great shape. Was in great shape, the best shape of my life, and he beat me good. He beat me good. I mean, he's the first guy that really say he beat me. You know, no excuses, no, you know. I dedicate this fight for the 43 students that got executed in Mexico by the Mexican government.
On July 23, 2016, Terence Crawford stepped into the ring against the unbeaten Victor Postol in Las Vegas. The fight carried immense pressure for Crawford. At this point, many critics argued that while he looked talented, he had not faced an elite-level opponent who could test his skills. Postol was seen as the man to do it. Coming off a dominating knockout win against Lucas Mathis, Postol entered the fight as the #1 rated super lightweight, an undefeated world champion with a strong jab, excellent reach, and the kind of technical style that had given others nightmares. Analysts and fans doubted Crawford, claiming he had not yet proven himself at the highest level. Many believed Postol's size, reach, and disciplined style would expose Crawford.
Gonna be at the fight Saturday night, Crawford and Postol?
Of course I will be.
How do you see that fight playing out?
I think it's a very tough fight. You know, I think Postol is a difficult guy to deal with, but I think that Crawford, I don't think we've seen the best of Crawford yet, so I think that he's going to show some things that night that I don't know if Postol is going to be able to handle.
The spotlight was bright, and the expectations were high. Crawford had already unified titles at lightweight, but at super lightweight, Postol was considered the true test. The pressure was clear. If Crawford failed here, critics would argue he had been overhyped all along. Postol, on the other hand, came in with great confidence, calling himself the better boxer and predicting he would control the fight. But once the bell rang, Crawford flipped the script. He fought brilliantly, switching southpaw, neutralizing Postol's jab, and dominating the bout with sharp counters and constant movement.
I'm ready.
What do you think? Is this a case where you feel like your opponent, Victor Postol, he doesn't do anything better than you? He's not better in any area than you are as a fighter?
I don't look at any fighter as they better than me in anything. So I just got the confidence that I'm going to go in there and do what I got to do to get the job done.
Have you taken a hard look at him, or do you not do that before fighting a guy?
I don't look at too much video, being that styles is different. Styles is different.
What do you think about his length? How is it in there when you're in the ring dealing with a long guy? Can that make it uncomfortable in there?
It can, but at the same time, this is nothing that I haven't been up against before. So I'm just ready.
He's supposed to have a very good jab, he's shown in all his fights. But will he not be able to jab like he normally does because you are such a good counterpuncher?
I got a good jab, too.
Crawford's performance shocked many who had doubted him. He didn't just beat Postol, he dismantled him strategically. He scored 2 knockdowns in the 5th round and completely shut Postol down. By the end, the judges had it wide, giving Crawford a clear, unanimous decision victory.
When you left this fight, now you've got him. Talk to me about the feeling of knowing that the game plan worked.
Oh, it feels good. It feels good to follow the instructions of your coaches and put all the hard work in the gym and in his training camp, and it all showed today.
Now, no matter what happens in a fight, every fighter will tell you they can learn something from every night in that ring. What did you learn tonight facing Victor Postol?
When I'm myself, I can't be touched.
After the fight, even respected trainer Freddie Roach, who had trained Postol, gave Crawford credit. Roach admitted that Terence had shown incredible skill and composure, calling him one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in boxing.
Right here. At about what round did you sense the fight was seriously in jeopardy of your guy winning, and did you at any point tell him at any round that we need a knockout or else we're not going to win this fight?
Well, after the 4th round, things started going the other way, and then by the time we're in about the 8th and 9th round, I told him that we do need a knockout to win the fight, and we, in the last 2 rounds, I urged him on, and he fought as hard as he could, and he did try, and I love that he tried to win the fight, but it was just too much. The speed, we just couldn't keep up with him.
Since there's a lot of talk about the possibility of Terence fighting Manny in the fall, based on what you saw tonight, does it make you any more confident to make you think it's a tougher fight based on how he fought, because he didn't really move as much in other fights?
I'd have to have time to think about that, because Manny's in retirement right now and he's with the Senate, but I'm not sure what's next for Manny yet. We're still working on that, and we'll see. I don't know.
On February 27, 2016, before facing Crawford, Hank Lundy was vocal and fiery in press conferences. He claimed Crawford was faking in front of fans, that he hadn't been tested, and that this stage would be too big for him. Lundy promised to expose him and talked about making Crawford look small in front of the world.
And listen, we see, I take nothing away from him, man. He did, every fight he was in, he did what he was supposed to do, but this is a different step up. You got a pit bull in here with you, man. A guy, when they latch on to you, he not letting go. And I'm one of them rugged Philadelphia fighters, man. I'm coming for broke. At the end of the day, it ain't no pot of gold, sitting there waiting for me. I ain't no big time promoter, I'm coming from the grounds, man. Nothing was given from me. I made it to the top by fighting my ass off. Nothing was given. Most of these guys got the silver spoon in their mouth. It was none of that with Hank Lundy. Hank Lundy made it to the top by fighting his ass off. And come February 27th, that's what I'm gonna do. Go in there, put my heart on the line, and fight my ass off.
So February 27th, we're gonna see a hardcore blue collar Philadelphia fighter.
Y'all already know what it is, man. That's what's going down.
Terence never fought a guy like you. You can switch just like he can. So if he switches southpaw or he switches orthodox, you can switch with him. Do you plan on disarming him in the ring?
Man, listen, I got the tools, man. Listen. He ain't fought nobody like me, man. And you best to believe they nervous. Team Crawford is nervous. I'm gonna tell you like this. If it wasn't for that old Al Heyman top rank situation, they'd have been got around me like they've been doing. They don't want to fight a guy like me. You can look at all the guys I fought, they fought. They don't want to fight a guy like me for real. They still shaking. If you seen on the list, I was the 4th guy, they didn't really want to fight me. But now it's here, you gotta fight, you gotta deal with it. You gotta deal with the realness now. It's time to stop faking in front of the fans. It's showtime now, baby.
All right, so what's your prediction for fight night?
Oh, listen, I'm going in there and I'm going to go get the knockout. No more to say.
The trash talk built real tension, and the fight became more personal than professional. Crawford, however, kept his composure. Inside the ring, he punished Lundy systematically, After a few competitive opening rounds, Crawford's accuracy and power took over. He landed sharp left hands, dropped Lundy in the 5th round, and forced a referee stoppage shortly after.
Oh, you know, it was a fight with the Norme. You know, he texted me in the inbox. Oh, you said it did. He being disrespectful. It's something about train a little harder. I said, man, with all that training you telling me to do, check the train. You know what I'm saying? He popped up in the inbox on Facebook. You know what I mean? Oh, man, you should have trained harder, this and that. I said, oh, you telling me to train, man? Listen, you need to look at that and tell her to train. You know what I'm saying? You take it to the streets. You don't want none of that. You know what I mean? I'm going to keep it 100. I'm going to break your will. I'm going to beat your ass. I'm going to beat your ass.
Despite all the noise before the fight, Crawford silenced Lundy in style. Fans and analysts noted that Crawford didn't just beat Lundy, he humbled him. It was another reminder of his calm under pressure and his ability to adapt and dominate when it mattered most.
Came out aggressive. Were you expecting that from him?
Yeah, I was expecting it for him. I knew he was going to come out aggressive. I knew he was going to try to be fast and try to box, but I know that ain't his normal style. He liked the wing shots. He liked to come in with his head down and aim for the fences. A couple of times he caught me a little bit grazingly at the beginning of the fight, but I had to adjust to it, and when I adjust to it, I felt way better.
Amir Khan faced Terence Crawford in April 2019, and the fight ended in controversy. Crawford dominated from the opening rounds using sharp counters and pressure that Khan struggled to handle. In the 6th round, Khan was hit with a body shot that strayed low, and after a brief discussion with his corner, he chose not to continue. The result was a TKO win for Crawford. Many fans and analysts criticized Khan, saying he quit, while others argued the low blow was legitimate. Overall, the reaction favored Crawford, who was praised for his control and skill throughout the fight.
100%. And he got fights that, and again, I saying this before.
Yeah.
Because it'd be too easy to say it after, and it would be wrong.
Right.
But, you know, he gets fights that other fighters deserve more. And, you know, I mean, I get you have to bring a promotional value to it, but that promotional value is overstated.
Well, I think the promotional value to me is out the window, because the one big revelation there was, I'm still shocked that watching even replays of it, that he took the first chance he could to get out of there. That low blow, okay, maybe a little bit low, but you've seen people overcome much.
It was low and it was on the side. And listen, we're not in his body.
Fair.
Let's say that. But they do wear protective cups, and for, you know, you want to have the kids leave the room for a minute, I'll describe how protective cups first were promoted. When they first came out with it, it's iron encased in leather, and it fits around the groin area, obviously. And when they first promoted it, they had a guy wear it.
Commentator and former champion Paulie Malignaggi remarked that Khan was historically difficult to catch clean due to his speed and footwork. Yet Crawford did just that, proving his sharpness and precision.
Amir Khan, Terence Crawford next month. Now, obviously, you're in with Khan. I know he beat you, but it was a good fight. How do you see that fight going?
I think there was a time in Amir Khan's career where boxing him was very difficult. You know, you had to fight him. You couldn't really box him. Yeah, sure, it's boxing, but you had to get in there and make a very physical fight in order to have success against him. You wouldn't see Amir take beatings. If he would lose, he would just get caught and get stopped. You know, but it was hard to catch him clean. It was hard to really keep up with him in the ring, you know, because he was such a dynamic boxer. But you had to kind of pressure him and walk him into something hard and maybe knock him out. Otherwise, if you were trying to box him, specifically just box him from a technical standpoint, you had a lot of trouble. And stylistically, that wasn't the way to fight a guy like Amir. The way to fight Amir was make a really rough fight. So fighters in that style that really boxed and for the technical kind of style, Amir was a nightmare, and I was one of those fighters, and he was a nightmare for my style. He was a nightmare for Devin Alexander. He was a nightmare for Zab Judah. He was a nightmare for Luis Collazo.
Afterward, Khan admitted he simply couldn't continue. He praised Crawford's skill, saying that no matter how hard he tried, he was being beaten up inside the ring. This further reinforced the respect for Crawford, who is now viewed as not just a champion, but as someone who made elite fighters look ordinary.
Amir, I can tell you're devastated, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's one of the biggest fights of my career, and obviously just couldn't continue. I tried my best, you know, coming to America and fighting the best I can. You know, I could, and it was Crawford, and I wish Crawford all the very best, man. I mean, he put on a great fight, and he was always there, you know. Yeah.
Was it the low blow ultimately that made you decide you couldn't carry on?
I mean, it was. I mean, early in the fight as well, there's a lot of low blows that were going in and low shots were going in, and I kept looking at the referee, and the last one was really low where I could feel it in my stomach, and obviously I walked over to my corner and Virgil said take time, and I could just feel it getting worse and worse, and he just from outside he said I'm calling it. So that was that really.
Despite Crawford's dominance, some discussions lingered about the low blow. A section of fans argued that Khan had been hit in the private area and was justified in stopping. But even those voices couldn't deny Crawford's superiority leading up to the incident. The build-up to the long-awaited fight with Errol Spence Jr. on July 29, 2023, was filled with tension. Spence repeatedly said Crawford had fought nobody at 147 pounds, dismissing his accomplishments at 140. He argued that Crawford was untested at welterweight and predicted he would expose him.
Big fish, right? But what you do when the fish get took out the water? You suffocate him. Let's go.
The best fighting the best. I feel like this is an old school fight, creme de la creme, and it's gonna prove not only the best welterweight in the world, it's gonna prove who the best fighter in the world is. If you know my mentality, you know it's to win, it's to go all out, give it everything. His mentality is the same thing. So I want everybody to tune in July 29th, come to the fight, because we're gonna have a crawfish boil. So everybody make sure they're there, man. It's gonna be enough for everybody, I promise you that.
I'm the greatest fighter of this era. No man have captured undisputed in 2 different weight classes.
Teofimo did it last week.
Teofimo definitely wasn't. He was lineal, correction, but he wasn't undisputed. Sorry, Derek. Sorry, sir. You tried it. But yes, once again, I will be the first male boxer to actually capture the welterweight champion in 2 divisions, and that would solidify me as the greatest fighter of this era.
Definitely not, man. I'm not gonna lie, Tyron got the best matchmakers in the business. You ain't fought nobody, man. You haven't beat anybody undisputed at 140. Who you fought at 135, and who you fought at 147. Even you fought Sean Porter. Even Sean Porter said,
What did I do to Sean Porter that you couldn't
Sean
do?
Porter said he did not train like he should. He didn't do the things that his daddy told him to do. What are you talking about? Even his daddy said it. Even his daddy said it.
You butthurt that I got the
Even his daddy said it.
You butthurt.
Even Kell Brook, he was already broken.
So was he broken when you fought him?
No, he wasn't broken.
How come
I broke the other eye.
He came off.
Broke the other eye. Yeah, that's how I got broke.
Younger fighters like Ryan Garcia also leaned toward Spence. Garcia predicted Spence's size and style would be too much for Crawford. Renowned analyst Teddy Atlas also suggested Spence was the safer pick. He highlighted Spence's Olympic background, size, and physicality, saying those attributes might give him the edge over Crawford. But when fight night came, the world witnessed a masterpiece. Crawford dismantled Spence, dropping him 3 times and dominating every round until the referee stopped the fight in the 9th.
See the fight playing out with Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford.
I feel like Errol's gonna, he's just gonna do what he does. You know, he's gonna put that pressure on him, and he's start getting to him in the later rounds. It's gonna be a good fight, but I think Spence obviously gonna win by decision. I think by unanimous. We'll see. You know, it's gonna be good. I mean, Terence a bad man too, but I got Errol. So.
Well, what a year for boxing, and you certainly started that with your matchup against Gervonta Davis.
Yeah, we set the tone. Now it's ready. Boxing is gonna keep elevating from here. Everybody knows the new blueprint now. Make the fights happen. Big money's coming, and that's it. That's how you make money, and that's how you make the fans happy. Just give them what they want.
Analysts and fans alike were stunned at the one-sided nature of the bout. Crawford's timing, speed, and accuracy overwhelmed Spence, making him look vulnerable for the first time in his career. After the fight, Teddy Atlas praised Crawford's camp, saying his trainer and team had prepared him perfectly. He acknowledged Crawford's incredible speed, technique, and ability to execute his game plan flawlessly against one of the most feared fighters in the division.
Special physical talent and attributes of speed. He was the faster guy. Well-taught technique. His people deserve credit. He's got good people teaching him, preparing him. Power, length. He's got long arms. He knows how to use that length. That's one of the reasons why he out-jabbed, which I said would be a key for both guys. The jab would be very important, and it was. and then he executes it. But he executes it. See, this is where the difference is. Like I said, they all have talent. Some more, some less. But he executes it within a special vacuum of, the best way I could say it, really, of kind of like still air that doesn't exist for many. A cerebral calmness. See, that's the thing that I want to touch on, where everything slows down for him.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next time.